Hey guys, this is Jeff from Adirondack Woodsman. Today is the day that we're going to go out and clean the horizontal pipe on the chimney. So basically, I've got this vertical pipe, the horizontal pipe, which goes up into a double wall, and then right outside in the garage, it goes straight up through the roof. And the only one that I have to really worry about in the wintertime is this horizontal pipe, and I clean this one as well while I have it apart. So that's what we're going to do, and you'll see how I am able to get a brush in here. One of the things I do is right up there, you can see I got a couple of, tip the camera a little bit, I got a little piece of metal with 2 screws there, and over here I've got the same thing up there, and basically I remove one of these 2 screws and the thing slides down, and I've got a hole there to be able to push my rod all the way through the stovepipe. And then over here, the downstairs is kind of a mess right now. This is what's left of the wood. I cleared everything out of the way, flipped the ramp out of the way, so we can take the pipe straight up into the garage and outside to clean it. So we'll start by removing my clamp here. Not quite. There we go. Just push this back there. Take these screws out of the bottom here. Oops. Looks like I don't have one on this side. Okay, I think I took this one out last time. Just need a little pressure on it to get it out. There we go. Take this upstairs and clean it. No, it doesn't want to really come out. I'm just going to clean it in there today, I think. Normally I take it out, but... Take that out and expose the hole there. Just a little sheet metal screw and a little piece of sheet metal there. Now I should be able to put my rod through. Gotta find the hole on the other side. I got it. So then what we're gonna do is stick this brush in a little ways. I'm gonna put this, I think I'm gonna clamp this back on before I actually do any pushing. A little bit of bend in the brush. Whoops. Make sure I got it on there tight. So what I'm going to do is actually put this thing back on. Since I separated it in a different spot than I normally do this time. Okay, now this is nice and firm. I've got the brush on. Now we're going to go to the other side, attach the next rod, and start pushing. Okay, now I'm going to push it. Okay. I'm going to get the vacuum out and get it ready. Okay, so I pushed it all the way to the T. Now we're gonna try to pull it back. And when it gets close, I'm gonna put the vacuum up there again. Quite. A little bit further. Turn the brush and go one more time. Okay. Let's clean up. Okay. Now we're going to put the little plate back in. Otherwise, I won't be able to get it in after I put the pipe up. Okay. That one's in. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, put the little flap back on over the actual plenum ductwork. Now we'll go up and clean the stovepipe and the vertical one, and there's a little T outside. There's a T that goes down a little bit, and there's a little tray underneath. I'll clean that out. That's usually where all the ash ends up going. Okay, we're going to put this vertical pipe back up. There really wasn't all that much in the vertical pipe like usual. There'll probably be a fair amount out in the there'll probably be a fair amount out in the garage where the clean out is. The key is lining up these holes, so I don't gotta drill a different one. There we go. That one's lined up. Got that one lined up. Now I'm going to see if I can get this one in there. Gonna move my light so I can see where the hole is. There, I got it. There we go. You may not be able to see here, but got the hole lined up. Oops. And then I got one more screw to put up top on the other side. Okay, so we should be back to ready to run this thing. Okay, so this is the wood furnace that I put in when I moved into the house. Basically, we dropped it down the stairwell, moved it into position, but I wanted to give you an idea what it was like. This is very similar to the one that Jack had down at Log Cabin Firewood before he put his boiler in recently. Probably the only difference is that right down here is a blower that will come on based upon a thermostat that I got set up in the upstairs. So it will blow air into the firebox when needed to heat the firebox up, and then the fan to blow the air through the plenum comes on automatically after that, after it reaches a certain temperature. It's got a normal door down below for the ash pan, and if you didn't want to use the blower, I guess you can use that as well. That's the one I got at camp is the same, but the one without the blower. So if I open this up in here, see if I can see with this light here. I'm going to take you in. And you see I got a tube right over there. It's kind of like a U-tube. Not YouTube in terms of YouTube, but it's a U-tube. It was stainless steel. I put that in. That heats the water for my hot water tank to heat water for the house. And if I go, let me kick this off here. If I go over here, you can see where the tube comes out, connects in to the two pipes right there, and then I'll show you on the other side where that ends up going. And there's a blow. I had him build this box for me, kind of custom. When I put this in, I've got a filter down in there that I can replace to filter the air that's going through. And hang on a second. This is a mess down here because I had to move all this wood out of the stairwell so I could do this. And then back here, let's see if I can set the light down. Back here, I've got the plenum, the cold air plenum that comes down. I've got a humidistat there, which can turn on this if I want to put moisture into the house. It kind of works okay. The windows get a lot of moisture around them if I don't kind of adjust that. But then over here, we've got the hot water pipes, and the cold one, I should say the cold one, it comes out of the bottom there, and just by I don't know if it's not centrifugal force, I don't know what it's called, but basically convection, you get the water will flow through based upon the heat that's heating up inside of the furnace, and it comes back up and fills in up here. So during the wintertime, when I have this open, I can heat all of my hot water this way. I do have a cold water mixing valve right over here. Sorry, the screen went out here. A cold water mixing valve. I haven't had to use it this year. It's not heating it to the point where, so far anyways, to where it's so hot that I can't adjust it upstairs to cold water. But down here I got a peacock to open and drain if I need to. This was the original one, and we basically piped all this in. I've got a shutoff here, a drain here, and a shutoff up here. So in the summertime, when I'm not using this, I don't have the water running through the wood furnace when it doesn't need to be. So let me come back over here. And then the other thing that I had him do, was put in this access door here, and down here I've got a baffle that when the regular furnace is running, if this is running and there's air going through, it forces the baffle up. But if there's nothing blowing through here, it flips down so that my normal furnace is not pushing air through this backwards. I have this little access door here, which comes in handy. One time I had the power go out and I kept the fires going. And the problem I ran into is it got so hot because the baffle was down and I wasn't thinking about that the plastic tubing that feeds the humidifier melted up against the plenum. So if I ever do that again, I need to make sure that I open that baffle up all the way. So I know it was kind of around and around here, kind of showing you this today, but I wanted to give you an idea how I heat my house and heat my hot water in the wintertime, and it works rather well. By the way, the stove is a Clayton, but the company that makes it is U.S. Stove Corporation. I believe they're out of Pennsylvania, possibly Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken. But if anybody needs any information on that, if you're interested in something like that, let me know. I picked it up years ago at Tractor Supply, got a great deal on it when it was the end of the year, and I don't even remember. It was a silly amount of money that I paid for it, but it's really worked well since we moved in about 20 years ago. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, guys. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more stuff from Adirondack Woodsman, go ahead and subscribe. Love to have you. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.